Okay, welcome again to this new session. Last time, Othman, we dealt maybe with another session. It was about the last time session was about the we discussed the prefixes maybe, and then also we dealt with the writing, how to write a paragraph. But last time it was about prefixes. Another session, the second session maybe, or the third session about prefixes. Okay, so for today, I let you choose, guys. Either we work on writing because we need to work more and more, to know how to write, or we continue again with another session about prefixes. So which one would you opt for?
Writing.
Okay, I prefer to work on writing today, yes, because we'll have a time, to discuss ideas together and construct a paragraph again as usual. Okay, so if you remember, I think last time, the first paragraph that we wrote, what was it about? Do you still remember the topic that we discussed last time?
Music.
What is it?
Music.
Music or virtual reality? That was
Music.
music, yeah. That's the homework I have assigned you, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, yes, particularly rap music, right? Okay, so yeah, we talked about virtual reality. We had an example of a paragraph about virtual reality, but I think we agreed to write something about music. All right, so here we go. So I need just to pick up the document related to that. Let me check here if I can find. I'm not sure. Great, he had. Okay, so anyway, let's start from scratch again. We're going to start from the very beginning, right? Okay, so let me go ahead, right, and share a Word document so that we can start from the very beginning, right? This is okay, the ones that we have. Okay, so I would like to share with you before we start writing about music. I would like to share with you the paragraph that we wrote together with Ali. Okay, can you see that, right?
Yeah.
C'est ça le travail qu'on a fait, right? It's really amazing. It was about, of course, this is the structure of the paragraph as we talked about. There is an indentation. I mean, that space that we have to leave here right before the first line of the paragraph, just to be able to, spot the paragraph. And then we have the topic sentence, which is this one, right? That we have here. And then supporting sentences, all the sentences in blue, right? This part. And then the last part is the concluding sentence, which is this one, which is written. Okay, so our topic that we talked about was about the disadvantages of mobile phones. So I'm going to read this paragraph very quickly for you, just to have an idea about what we have, about the ideas that we have discussed together. So while mobile phones have a lot of benefits and useful uses, they also have a negative effects on our health as well as our social and private life. First, the prolonged use of cellular phones means smartphones, negatively affects our sight. Many kids are obliged to use medical glasses at an early age because of the overuse of smartphones and tablets to play video games. Day by day or day after day, children become addicted to the screen and start to feel depressed and stressed out, especially when they are deprived of their mobile phones. I mean, when you take you deprive the child with of their mobile phone, right, of his mobile, right, he starts to feel depressed, right, and very nervous. They start to isolate themselves from others, including their families. In other words, they stop spending time to socialize with the people around them. The last idea, mobile phones intrude upon our private life and make hundreds of our personal data and information leaks to the public. For instance, social media networks such as Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat use our personal information and for commercial purposes, putting them at the disposal of strangers. This may result in bullying and threats to our private life. In brief, mobile phones, aids or are, let me see here, okay, are like two-edged swords. Okay, swords. If they are wrongly use it, okay, so here if they are wrongly use it, we may put our health, social, and private life at risk. Therefore, we should be careful and alert when using them or handing them to our children. Okay, this is the one that we have written. So we're just gonna take the same template again and choose another topic and write about it, right? Here we go. Let's choose a new page. And that's it. Oh my gosh, right, what did I do? Well, yes. Okay. All right, so let's choose another topic. Yeah, which topic would you like to write about today?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can think about any topic that interests you. What's your hobby? What do you like?
Hmm?
What's your hobby? What do you like doing?
What I like doing?
Hmm?
Hobbies.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
I don't know.
You have no idea?
You will talk about school?
School?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Nice. Why not? Okay, so as I told you before, it's very important to try to narrow our topic. I mean, to make it precise and focused and to the point, right? Okay, because when talking about school, we can talk about a lot of things. How, the schools are built, how, the advantages of a school, right? How does the school help educate the children? We can talk about the disadvantages of a school. There are many ideas to talk about. So what's the points that you want us to discuss, for instance, in this paragraph? We can discuss the role of schools, maybe the negative side of school, right? The dark side of schools, for
Yeah.
instance, right? Okay.
It's
So,
good.
there are many
I'm with you.
negative side of school, right? Because some people, some experts even say that school should not be there, right? Why? Because they consider school as a prison or as a factory that's reproduces negative personalities and negative people. Some people consider school as right, as a place where skills are killed, right, where talents are killed and buried. Okay, because why? Because maybe we don't give enough freedom to students to think the way we want and the way they want, and to showcase their talents and so on and so forth. Great. I mean, there are limited great space for creativity at school. Great. So these are some of the ideas that we can discuss together. So let's talk about the dark, let's say here, the dark side. The dark side meaning the negative or the side effects or the disadvantages again as what talks about, so the drawbacks كنقولوا disadvantages les avantages les inconvénients right ou bien de drawbacks يعني disadvantages سلبيات the drawbacks of schools right okay nice very good okay so let's move on right now and make a frame and start our paragraph based on and respects the methodology that we should first pay attention to guess. Okay, so in the first thing is gonna be what?
Topic science will define school.
Great. Yeah, in general, it's not necessary definition ماشي بالضرورة ديما تعريف دقيق ولكن واحد كلام عام you know, right, general idea about school and so on, and show exactly introduce the topic that we will be discussing, right? Yeah, okay, so we can say, for instance, we can say that school, right, has been, you know, has been considered for a long time, يعني لمدة لأجيال, right, for centuries and centuries, right? Schools have been considered as, you know, place where we educate, enlighten, and you know, right, you know, right, grow up children, you know, and talented children and so on, right? But you know, we can expose the dark side, right, or introduce that there is a dark side, let's say, for schools in general, right? Okay, so let's put it this way, if you like, right? Schools, right, we say here, have long been يعني لمدة طويلة have long been considered يعني right كانت تعتبر لسنوات ولا لزمان right okay have long been considered as كماذا right as
School is is a place when
كان ناس يعني من زمان كانت المدارس تعتبر ما مجال يعني منبع للتنوير ولا منارة رايت منارة للتنوير وكذا وكذا والعلم فإذا رايت الأمر الآن كتولي واحد الملاذ رايت للأشياء كثيرة أخرى اللي ما خصهاش تكون في المدرسة رايت يس اوكي سو وات دو يو ثينك يا تشتهي تعطيني فكرة ديالكم قبل ما نعطيك before I give you the
school is a place when all children in the world meet and study different language and science.
Where we can learn different subjects, yes, and different branch, different source of knowledge. Very good, yes. Okay, yes.
They have a lot of type of school, but lot of type of school in the world. Let's talk about her disadvantages.
The disadvantages, great, yes. Okay, let's say here that schools have been the school, right? Schools, right, or school. Let's say this way: school has long been considered as, let's say, the lighthouse. Lighthouse. Do you know what a lighthouse is?
Northern.
منارة. The lighthouse كانت تعتبر المدرسة منارة للمعرفة of knowledge, right? And enlightenment والتنوير. Enlightenment كتنور الإنسان, right? الدماغ ديالهم, right? Schools has long been considered as a lighthouse of knowledge and enlightenment. You know, right? Yes. Yes. لكن, right?
I don't know what I can ask.
Yeah. Few, great. Okay, but we say here yet. Nowadays, لكن دعنا نقول مثلا great nowadays في أيامنا المعاصرة right yet nowadays يبدو
The program of
it
school
seems
is to charge it and children.
What is it? What it does to children?
Huh?
What did you say about children?
Program of school is charged. It's a
Guys,
lot of.
I mean, you're talking about guys, the voluminous, syllabus, syllabi, so on, right? I mean, there are many objectives and many contents to be taught, than the given time that we have, right? Yes, very good. Okay, so we're talking here about something more than that, right, Othman. We're talking about the role of school, right? دور المدرسة عموما, right? At a certain time, people think or they consider school as, the lighthouse of knowledge, right? As a place where we can get the knowledge, cultivate knowledge, and enlighten children and the generations and so on. But it seems that there are many negative sides about school. Is that school have become a place where students learn violence sometimes, a place where sometimes great students can get addicted to drugs too, right? Sometimes where a place where many negative values can be instilled into students. Okay, there are sometimes we can find this right, this discrimination, right? It can be a place where discrimination is spreading out, right? ممكن تكون ملاذا واحد right واحد التربة لتربية على قيم سلبية كالعنصرية بين التلاميذ أو كذا أو كذا أو كذا أشياء كثيرة ولا تفرقة بيناتهم. It can be great. It can be place where violence is great grows up and so on. قد تكون واحد حلبة للصراع أو حلبة للعنف and so on, right? We can talk about the dark side, let's say, of schools today, right? Okay, so school has long been considered as the lighthouse of knowledge and enlightenment. Yet nowadays, it seems that schools, guys, in many cases, guys, schools in many cases, بأن المدارس في كثير من الحالات, in many cases, right? Guys, turn into, or we say here, let's say, embrace school in many cases, guys. Embrace تحتضن ماذا, guys? Embrace, right? Embrace. Oh my gosh, guys, yes. Embrace تحتضن أو تعانق ماذا, right? Embrace
Teacher,
yes,
I
violence.
don't see what you write.
You can't see what I'm writing?
Oh, I just see mobile phone.
Mobile phone, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, right. Oh, I have started writing a long time ago, yes. Okay, now it's clear?
زعما كتقول معايا
No, I'm writing at the same time. Try to think about ideas of what to write. Yeah, but you are not seeing the screen. Okay, we say here school has long been considered as the lighthouse of knowledge and enlightenment. Yet, لكن nowadays في أيامنا المعاصرة it seems يبدو أنه that schools in many cases في بزاف ديال الحالات embrace تحتضن ماذا, guys? أنظروا هادشي اللي أنظروا عليه تحتضن كذا. What actually it's this the thing that we are going to discuss in details in the body, I mean in the supporting sentences that we will provide. Embrace.
Nowadays you can replace it with actually.
Yeah, yes, it's possible, right? Yet not actually, but actually it doesn't mean, right? It doesn't mean it has nothing to do with time. When I say actually, it means really. It means in facts. يعني في الحقيقة actually تعني in facts. C'est pas la même chose en français toujours, right? These are might be, right? It might be false cognates, right? Yes. So nowadays, that actually does not mean nowadays, right? It means really, it means in facts. يعني dans la réalité, right? Okay, so yet nowadays, or at the present time, ولا في وقتنا حاضر, at the present time, it seems that schools in many cases may embrace, guys, okay, may embrace. نهضروا على شنو الحاجات اللي غنهضروا عليهم مثلا the negative side. Maybe violence, right? Embrace violence, right? العنف, right? What is it, right? Discrimination. تمييز. وغنهضروا على هذه القضيه ديال public school private school وكيفاش التمييز طبقي بين المجتمع وكذا. علاش سكول ما تولي مدرسه وحده وكلها خصها تكون مزيانه وكلها كذا؟ علاش نخليو فوالا يا جرايت نضغطوا على المدرسه العموميه ونخليوها خربه باش الناس يهربوا جرايت المدرسه الخصوصيه جرايت ويمشيو بزز عليهم. اللي مسكين مسكين بغا وليداتو يقراو يمشي بزز عليه خصو يمشي يخلص ضروري جرايت. سيرتو في لافيل مازال عندنا المدارس العموميه هنايا في الجهه هذه جرايت بحال هذه النواحي المحافظه شي شويه اللي فيها مازال محافظه الى حد ما. درعا تافيلات بعض المناطق المحافظه مازال فيها المدرسه العموميه. الناس فوالا خدمه بالمعقول وكذا ما كاين لا عنف. واحد شويه ديال على الاقل واحد المستوى يعني ديال الاحترام يعني في ديال الطاقم التربوي وكذا. اتس اوكي اتس فاين. لكن المدينه الان right it's very problematic actually right.
Here also you have public school.
violence discrimination. ونهضروا على الجانب ديال creativity المشكل ديال قتل الابداع وكذا right okay.
Kill creativity.
نشوفوا شي معنى شي مصطلح افضل right. violence discrimination and What do you think here? The Buryan, guys. First, we may use here the Buryan. Buryan قبر الإبداع, right? The Buryan of creativity.
Okay.
Or the killing, guys. The
We can.
Oh no, okay. Killing. مصطلح يعني guys. That's مسموح به. It's possible ولكن مجازا يعني guys. استعارة guys. ولكن right the best. So here we got to choose the best word. الكلمة الأفضل لأداء المعنى بأفضل طريقة right. Violence, discrimination and this is writing. You got to look for the right word, right?
And the rise. Rise creativity.
And in creative. Incapable of in creative. We may say in creativity, maybe, right? Something that it's in creative. You know, right? Meaning it's right, incapable of creating, right? In creative, incapable of creating. So we would say maybe in creativity it can, right, serve the meaning, right, that we're, you know, right, looking for. Okay. Okay, yes, okay, we can use this word in creativity. In creativity as an opposite, great, as we learned before, right, concerning prefix. Yes, great, as an opposite of great creativity. In creativity, great, yes. All right. Creativity master, great. Okay, right. So discrimination and we may say lack, right, to avoid problems, باش نتفاداو إشكالات, right, and lack of creativity because it's not a common word to use, right? and lack of creativity. يعني غياب ديال الإبداع. Great, yes. Creativity. Very nice, good. Now this is how we write, let's say our topic statement here, right? Our topic sentence. So these things that we have talked about here, الأمثلة that we have listed here, violence, discrimination, and lack of creativity, are the things that we are going to discuss in details. So we're going to say first, we're going to discuss violence to give more arguments that there are many great violent cases here about school, right? In many schools, right? Second, we can discuss discrimination, and then the last great point we'll be discussing how schools may kill, let's say, the students' creativity. Very good, yes, okay. So let's make an indentation here, right? First, right, let's discuss the first point, yes, which is violence. Yeah, let's give the supporting sentence number 1. How do you think is, that school, great, maybe a place where violence can, can grow? Can you give me examples, for violence or violence at school?
Children can
We can talk about the number of, there are many national reports about violence at school. كاين بزاف ديال التقارير، أنا وقفت على بعض التقارير ديال المجلس الأعلى فيما يتعلق بمحور العنف المدرسي، ولقاو بأنه كاين واحد ارتفاع ديال النسبة ديال العنف داخل المدرسة من التلميذ ضد الأستاذ. ليس كما كان الأمر من زمان كان شوية ديال العنف من الأستاذ تجاه التلميذ، والتلميذ كيدير هكا ورصة. ولكن الذي نراه الآن, as we read in reports, is that there is an increase in number of the cases of violence from, the part of students, right? So we'll try to put this into the point, right? We'll try to highlight that, and we'll discuss in details exactly this point. Great. So let's say several reports, right? Several reports, بزاف ديال التقارير, right? Including, right, reports by بما فيها تقارير ديال reports by the national, right? Reports by the National Council, including the High Council, المجلس الأعلى للتعليم في المغرب, right? The Higher Council, see here, including the Higher Council of Education in Morocco. Okay, right? And the account is Higher Council of Education, right? In Morocco. Report that, right? Reports, right? Okay, so we got here many, including reports by the higher, so for several reports, including the reports, including those by reports by Higher Council of Education, right? Right, of education in Morocco, of Higher of Education, and Council of Education in Morocco. Okay, so we say that mean several reports say that, right? They say that, right? It means they say that, right? They report that. Say that the number, right?
of
the number
violence in school.
Violence, let's see here, violence cases, right? Let's say, or of the number of, the cases, right, is increasing, right? That reported that the cases, right, of violence بأن حالات العنف, right, the number of Okay, violent cases of violence, right? In the Moroccan school, right? In Moroccan schools, right? In the Moroccans, yeah, in the Moroccan school, right? المدرسة المغربية in the Moroccan school, right? Yes, is increasing, right? Is increasing يعني يتصاعد is increasing. The number
And
is in Morocco.
the opposite of increasing is decreasing.
Decreasing, exactly, yeah. Increasing, right? تصاعد.
Decreasing.
Going down, yes. Going up, yes, going down. It's increasing. That the case of violence in the Moroccan school is increasing, right? Yes, great. We're increasing. Okay, that we should determine what kind of violence, right? That the cases of violence in the Moroccan school is increasing, especially خاصة, especially, guys, violence from right, especially violence from the parts of students against their teachers, right? Voilà, right. Especially the violence from the parts من جهة التلاميذ, right, against their teachers تجاه أو ضد right أساتذتهم, right. Okay. This was not هنقول بأن هذا لم يكن هو الحال. This was not the case, right, in the past, right. Okay. So this was not, right. This was not the case in the past, right? Or in the 1970s and 80s, right, and so on, right? This was not the case in the past, right? Which is great. Okay, so we can see here against teachers. Okay, we can see here which was not the case, which was not this way, which was not the case in the past, right? Very nice, good. Okay, so we can discuss about some of the why the violence from the parts of students is increasing. Why students tend to behave in a violent way against their teachers. Why, in your opinion?
I don't know. I don't have an opinion about it.
There are many factors, many variables that contribute to that. كاين بزاف ديال العوامل كتساهم في العنف ديال التلاميذ ضد الأستاذ, right? ماشي ديما الأستاذ هو السبب, right? But we got the social, right? Social factors. هناك عوامل اجتماعية, right? تلاميذ كيجوا من أسر مفككة, كيجوا من أسر عندها العنف داخل العنف الأسري. كيجي التلميذ ولا الابن ولا الطفل, right? كيجي معنف من الدار. ملي غير الاستاذ يهضر معاه حيد هذيك ولا دير هذيك صافي كيفرغ داك العنف كامل ديالو, رايت. هذا جانب. كاين بزاف ديال العوامل طبعا, رايت. ممكن عامل قليل, رايت, فاش كتلقى الاستاذ, رايت, يتعنف مع التلميذ كذا, رايت, وكيكون واحد الرد ديال الفعل, رايت. اوكي, سو and there are other factors, عوامل اخرى, انه ما كاينش هنالك زجر, right? Okay, so we don't have drastic measures. We don't take drastic measures against students who behave in a violent way against their teachers. لا نتخذ إجراءات صارمة يعني ضد التلاميذ الذين يلجؤون إلى العنف ضد الأستاذ, right? الآن المذكرات اللي كتجينا ما تضربش التلميذ, خلي التلميذ, ما دير التلميذ, عندك التلميذ, حقوق الطفل, اعطيو الطفل, ديروا الطفل ترانسبور, الطفل كذا, الطفل كذا, صافي تولى السيد, جريس, حس جريس. اذا وادنى شي حاجه, واخا التلميذ يدير الاستاذ يدير التلميذ هكا, ولا يشدو في ودنيه هكا, علاش ما درتي التمرين ولا كذا, كيمشيو الناس كيكبروا هذه القضيه هذه, وكتلقى الوالدين تبارك الله, رايت, كيمشيو ويرفعوا الدعوه ضد الاستاذ. راه ضرب بنتي, راه دا الولدي هكا, راه شدو في ودنو, راه سميتو, شوف اش دار. فوالا, so these are problems that we have, right? وكنوليو نتابعوا الاستاذ والمحاكمات وكذا, فوالا, ونديوه للحبس, right. اذا طيحنا شنو من اسباب تنامي العنف؟ القيمه ديال الاستاذ ما احترمناهاش, هبطناها, ماشي كما كان زمان. زمان كنت كنشوف الاستاذ في السوق كنهرب باش ما يشوفني، خايف، عنده الهيبه. غدا غيقول لي كذا، واش علاش ما حفظتيش ومشيتي السوق كدور، رايت. اذا كنا كنترعدوا وكنخافوا من الاستاذ، رايت. الان لا، رايت. اذا طيحنا من القيمه ديال الاستاذ عن طريق ماذا؟ عن طريق هذه القوانين اللي كتدار، فوالا، اللي ما كتعطيش المسؤوليه للتلميذ وكتهدد الاستاذ، رايت. عن طريق الاعلام اللي كاخر حاجه ما شفنا، رايت، في بعض البرامج السابقه that we have seen on TV. You know, right, we try to underestimate the value of a teacher. كنحاولوا نطيحوا من القيمه ديال الاستاذ في المجتمع، right. وندير ليها قراطات هنايا كما شفتها في واحد برنامج تلفزيوني ولا شي مسلسل ولا شي يكون، رايت، في رمضان الفائت. داروا الاستاذ وطيحوا من القيمه ديالو كذا، بحال ما كيسوى والو، رايت. هذا غير بحال شي كذا. بالتالي ما كان حتى واحد ما بقاش كيحترمو، لا في الحومه، لا في السوق، لا في حتى حاجه، رايت، لا في الاعلام. مزيان. اذا هذه فكره خصها مهمه، غنحاولوا نرسموها. يس. So he especially violence from the parts of students against the teachers, which was not the case in the past. This is due, right. This is due. هذا راجع لماذا, right. This is due to a lot of reason. This is due, right. This is, excuse me. This is due to a variety of reasons. هذا راجع لأسباب كثيرة, right, of reasons and variables. Variables يعني متغيرات كثيرة, right. One of these, right, one of these من بينها ماذا, right.
Politics.
What is it?
Politics.
Politics. Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Right. Some, yeah, so we can say some are social. بعضها اجتماعي. Some are social. And others are political, right? Political. بعضها اجتماعي وبعضها سياسي, right? ما هو اجتماعي? What is social? We got the increase of family breakdown, right? Okay, the social, side has to do with family breakdown. يعني تفكك ديال الأسر, right? Some are social and others are political. Family breakdown مثلا, right? Family breakdown. Right? Family break. Okay, so we see here break. Family breakdowns. Oh yeah, I need D here. Family breakdowns. Okay. In addition to بالإضافة إلى ماذا? In addition to the devaluation. Devaluation. Remember what we see here, right, Othmane, right? D.
Devaluation
Remove.
of the teacher.
We have seen this prefix, which means remove. We remove the value. We don't value the teacher, right? The devalue and in addition to the devaluation of
rights of children.
Yeah. What is it?
Right of children.
I know, right? Yeah, this has to do with politics. هذا جانب سياسي, right? يعني تسييس هذه الأمور هذه, right? تسييس مسألة حقوق الطفل على حساب.
In addition to right of the children, who values of the teacher.
The misuse, right?
Of the value of teacher.
The misuse of some political agendas, right? Like the rights of the child and many other things. In order to right, devaluate, right, the value of the teacher, right? Underestimate the value of the teacher, right? In addition to the evaluation of the right, of the teachers in the community, of the teachers in the society, في المجتمع, right? So these are what? Are the major. Ce sont les raisons majeures, right? الكبيرة, الأسباب الكبيرة. The major, right? Causes, right? Causes of violence, right? In the Morocco, in our schools. Finished, right? We finished with the first idea, which has to do with this one, right? The evaluation of teachers. No space here. Now, okay, so let's put this, make it in a different color. Okay, so that we can distinguish between the different parts. Okay, and this part is the topic sentence, great. We need to add just like one more idea, and then conclude. غنزيدو غير فكرة ربما ثانية. All right, because normally here we have three. Yes.
Second.
Yeah, now second, right? Second what? We'll talk about discrimination, right? وغنهضروا على discrimination, not just inside school, but inside school. But if we draw this comparison between private school, public school, right? Okay, so great, discrimination, right? Schools have become, let's say, أصبحت, right? Yeah, right. نقولوا واحد what is it? It's an environment where discrimination grows up, right?
You can ask school have become divided on private and public school.
Right.
Private and public. Because discrimination between الأطفال.
What is that?
Who cause discrimination entre
Between.
between children.
Yeah, great. Yes, good. So second, great. Schools have become great. Let me say here, right? I'm choosing the best way to express this idea, right? Has become a place or an outlet, or has become great. Has become just a factory, just like a factory. نقولها أصبحت معملة لصناعة التمييز, right? To make this discrimination, right, between students, right? So has become, right? Or an enterprise, maybe, great. It's just like an enterprise, بحال شي مقاولة, right? Has become a factory, or let me say, or an enterprise where, right, discrimination among students, where discrimination among students is made. حيث يصنع, right, التمييز, right. The distinction, right, distinction between this, between private and public schools and so on, right? Schools have become a factory or an enterprise where discrimination among students is made. Okay, so let's say that the major high income, let's say high income families, يعني العائلات ذوات الدخل العالي, they send their students to private schools, while poor people and mid-income families ذوات الدخل المتوسط, great, أغلبية طبعا بدون تعميم, great, they send their student to public schools, great. Okay, so high income, right? Most, right? Let's say most. On ne pas généraliser, right? Ça englobe أغلبية, right? Yeah, most high income families, most high income families send their children, leurs enfants, children to private schools, whereas ماذا, right? Whereas في حين, right, low, right, low income or low or mid income, right? Let me say here, families, right, opt for, right, يختارون ماذا, opt for, يلجؤون, right, they opt for, ولا كي فضلوا, right, opt for, right, public school. شنو النتيجة ديال هذا الشيء right this great
create discrimination.
increases yes of course creates discrimination and encourages the right and enlarges let's say the differences between the society or between the different social classes right كيزيد من الفروقات بين مختلف طبقات ديال الطبقات الاجتماعية right okay so this creates let me say here or let's say fuels نقول هذا يغذي كي بحال كتلوح على الزيت fuel this fuels discrimination let's say discrimination and right enlarges تعلموا داكشي اللي تعلمنا في ال prefixes enlarges كيزيد يكبر right enlarges right differences les différences right between enlarges the differences differences here enlarges differences between the social classes بين الطبقات الاجتماعية of one community right of one country or one community yes let's say of one country yes yeah voilà كيخلي اللي هو right the gap right enlarges the gap نخليو نقولوا the gap كيخلي الجاب right الفراغ او الهوة متسعة right the gap enlarges the gap between the social classes of one country ديال البلد الواحد right so here we go so we should إذا هذا كيضرب في the constitutional rights في الحق الدستوري ديال الجودة right جودة التعليم للجميع right quality education for all right this enlarges the gap between the social classes of one community. Which is great. Okay, school. This fuels discrimination and enlarges the gap between the social classes of one community. This is for sure. It means for sure. It means of course. This is of course, or this is for sure against contre quoi? Against right the constitutional, the human right? Let's say the human and constitutional rights. Constitutional rights of هي ضد الحق يعني الدستوري والإنساني من حقوق الإنسان هذا right اللي هي جودة التعليم للجميع right the human and constitutional rights of quality education تعليم الجودة rights of quality education for all education for all c'est très bien yeah alors on a terminé number 2 ديما as we said before as ربما أشرنا إلى هذه النقطة before ملي كنكتب كنحاول الحجم اللي عطيت number 2 نحاول تقريبا يكون متشابه متناظر مع الحجم اللي عطيت number 1 right باش يلا كيكون واحد الانسجام ماشي first نعطي جملة واحدة والسكند نعطي العرارم ديال الجمل right supporting sentences right تقريبا تحاول دير واحد التناظر right okay so I think we have exceeded the time limit right I'm gonna have another session inshallah right next soon okay so normally مازال لينا creativity ولكن غنحيدوا هاد ليدي نحيدوا القضيه ديال creativity غنديروا جوج ديال القضايا فقط right okay we see here violence and discrimination هذه كأمثله l'essentiel هو نعرف la méthodologie d'écrit yes okay now in brief ولا in short ولا all in all هذه كلهم les mots linking words that we use for
finally
to conclude yeah ou bien at the end right or in short right or in conclusion alors on va donner la conclusion شنو la conclusion on va encore fois voilà stresser l'information اللي عطينا au début right that's school You know, right, has also many
In the end, then embrace violence and discrimination is just two of the disadvantages
Oh yeah, right.
of school, but
There are many others, right?
in school have a lot of school have a lot of disadvantages, but in شنو من وجهات نظر واحدة أخرى؟
From a different perspective.
But for different perspective,
ولكن
they have
من جهة
also
أخرى, on the
advantages.
other hand, on the first hand, on the other side ولا on the other hand, يعني من جهة أخرى.
But in the other side, you have also advantages.
Yes, very good. Yes, okay. So all in all, right, schools, yeah, contributes, great, may contribute, ممكن تساهم, great, contributes to violence, great, violence. Yeah, here we go. To violence and discrimination, among and discrimination, may contribute to violence and discrimination, which are, as you say, the great Othmane, which are only two, right? Examples, which are only two examples, which are only two.
Two examples.
Okay, excuse me. Which are only two, great examples, guys. that show اللي كتبين جوج ديال لي زومبل اللي كتبين داك الوجه الكحل the dark side, right? That show the dark side of you know, guys, modern schools, of our schools today, guys, of our schools today. Okay, c'est très bien, right? Of our schools today. Il faut éliminer, نرد هذه زيرو. Voilà. Zero, yes. Of our, which that show the dark side of our schools today. Having said that, هذه عبارة جميلة. يعني واخا هكاك بحال قلتي واخا هكاك، يعني واخا قلنا هذا الشيء كامل، راه السكول عنده بزاف ديال لي زافونتاج وكذا، وكتخلي هذه طريقه مزيانه في لا كونكلوزيون باش كتفتح واحد المجال عاود للقارئ باش يفكر في اشياء اخرى جديده. يس اوكي، يعني هذه الخاتمه المفتوحه، يعني open conclusion. Yes, having said that, right, schools still، المدارس مازال كتلعب واحد الدور مهم في enlightenment and knowledge, right? Schools still play a crucial role، يعني دور أساسي important ولا essential role in enlightenment، يعني في التنوير ديال
No, in the development of the country.
C'est très bien, right? Yeah, enlightenment, right? In enlightenment and the development, the cultivation of knowledge، يعني المعرفة, cultivation of knowledge, and the development of our country. رائع جدا، great. Yeah, ديما سميتوها أي فقرة، great، رائع. Alors, إذن jusqu'à ici, voilà, c'est ça le conclusion. نديرو لها بحل par exemple هكا باش تبان. ياس فوالا، سي سا كومون اكريغ لا باراغراف. هذا هو الرايتين لونجلي، ماشي غير كنكتبوا صافي، رايت. وهذه هي المهاره الاصعب في اللغه الانجليزيه، وبزاف ديال التلاميذ في الامتحان الوطني ديال البكالوريا كيوصل لهذه المرحله ديال الاكسبرسيون كريت، خصو يكتب على الموضوع اللي قالوا ليه، كيحط الستيلو ديالو، كيمشي يخرج وكيسمح في 10 النقط كامل هكاك. فاذا رايت مزيان من هنايا نعرف كومون اكريغ رايت in paragraph. Yes. Okay, so that's it for today. We have already exceeded the time limit, or maybe that's the time, the exact time, because we didn't start on time. يلا دابا جبنا لاصقه الوقت مزيان. Yes. Okay, so do you have any question, Othmane, before we leave?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to take a snapshot of this and then send it to you, inshallah. Just you can keep all these things. هادشي مازال غتحتاجو سيزيام ماني سانكي.
فوالا.
الوغ تقدر تحافظ على هاد الامور، دير ان دوكيمون عندك، تمصيف شي حاجه في الزوم، تيليشارجيها ولوحيها للدوكيمون حتى تلقى الوقت وصنف داك الشيء. هاد الشيء الرايتين، هاد الشيء فوكابولير، هاد الشيء لا غرامير، هاد الشيء، لان مازال ما وصلتوش بزاف ديال الحاجات. ان شاء الله غتوصلوهم وغتحتاجهم. Yes, that's it for today and see you next time ان شاء الله. Goodbye.
باي.